This cigar has a minimum of 18 years of age on it. It is unlike any cigar that Griff and I have smoked. Really, any of us over here at Cigar Club have smoked. What's up, Cigar Club family? Welcome back to another episode of the Cigar Club podcast. I'm Pugh, and along with me, as always, is Griff Howie. Thank you all so much for listening and tuning in every week and leaving your thoughts and feedback in the comments below on each episode. We love reading them, especially Griff. He gets all fired up with the negative and the positive comments. If this is your first time tuning in, the Cigar Club podcast is where we talk about all things with the Cigar Club family every Tuesday at 9 a.m. Eastern. On today's episode, Griff and I are going to be ranking our top 3 exclusives that we released in 2022. This is going to be exclusive cigars as well as customs. We've combined the two. But before we jump into it, Griff, what are you about to light up? What are we smoking on today's episode?
Little rat dog over here next door started yapping away like Ramsey's little dog.
He's fired up.
What a beautiful looking cigar this is. The Matilda Cigar Club exclusive. That's purple, right?
Brand new. That is purple. The brand new November exclusive that we teamed up with Enrique over at Matilda Cigars. This one's been in the works for, 6 or 7 months now. This has been a project that has had some legs to it, time to grow, time to mature. But we worked with him, and these were made at La Isla that we all know and love. And I'm excited. This is the first time I've smoked the final production. I smoked through 5 or 6 different samples and multiple samples of the final blend. And so I'm excited to officially smoke the final release here.
What a solid, just girthy cigar.
Yeah. We settled on, we had this, I believe, initially in a Robusto, but we really liked the way that it smoked, or we wanted to try it in a Toro, and we landed on a traditional 6x50. This is, like I said, made at La Isla. It's an Ecuadorian Corojo wrapper.
Son of a bitch. Sorry to interrupt you.
Uh-oh. Lighter issue?
Yep.
Well, while you go fix your lighter issue,
Let's do a quick.
I'll give a full rundown here. Once again, Ecuadorian Corojo wrapper. We've got Dominican binder, and then we've got a trio of Dominican filler with Dominican HVA, Dominican Piloto Cubano, and Dominican Criollo 98. This cigar is one of what drew me into it initially was just how velvety this Ecuadorian Corojo wrapper is. But it's super creamy, some sweetness to it. It's just, I don't know. It may be on this list.
Stay tuned and find out.
Stay tuned.
Can we take a pause? I've got 2 lighters right here. Both do not work. So give me...
I got to say,
2 minutes.
It's been a minute since you've had a lighter issue.
I know. And I hope this is the last podcast of the year because I'm freezing.
Spoiler alert, folks. It's not. You get to see Griff complain more this year.
I'm back.
Then he's back, folks. Grabbed a Bic off the table. The cold draw, I don't think you did a cold draw, Griff. I think you just jumped right into it. Damn good. Uh-oh. When was the last time you had a cigar, buddy?
Last night. Why?
No, you just looked like you were struggling.
No.
He's
I'm
mad.
Everything but struggling currently.
That's good. That's good. Well, while we wait for Griff to get into this cigar, this is actually, I took about a week. I've actually really had about 2 weeks off of smoking cigars. This will be my second cigar in 2 weeks. And just needed a palate cleanse, a purge. We've got a great trip coming up this week, or it'll be last week. We have already returned when this episode drops, but we are going to be down in Mexico City with Casa 1910 for a really great event. Really excited for that one. That's going to be a lot of fun. So I kind of wanted to just cleanse myself. I know we're going to be smoking a ton of cigars over those 3 days. And there's something nice about coming back and having a fresh palate. You're really able to pick up more nuances and, almost enjoy the cigar more.
Yeah. Palate cleanse for wimps. I was absolutely chiefing cigars Saturday night. We assisted in my niece's 6th birthday sleepover, which consisted of 8 girls, I
Oh,
would say
boy.
under 6, or around 6, I don't know. And needless to say, I was not much of help. My brother and I got extremely tuned up in the driveway with the solo
Was
stove.
this at your place or his place?
No, his.
Oh, boy.
And Meg and my sister-in-law, they were doing all the work. So we supervised the fire and then drove them around the neighborhood looking for spooky things
Fun?
on a scavenger hunt. So, but Sunday morning was the death of me, which I guess was yesterday morning.
Yeah. What was
And
your favorite that you smoked, if you can recall?
I started with, oh boy,
Who was driving?
I don't want to get into this on YouTube. Well, in order, I don't know. But I smoked double broadleaf, of course.
Yeah.
I smoked. Wow.
Wow.
I gave an HVC number 1 to a neighbor. I do remember that. And I'm telling you right now. Thank God for pictures. Yes, I started with the 4 Kicks 2022.
Great.
Limited edition. Took 2 pictures of that for some reason, then switched over to double broadleaf, and then rounded it out with another one of my favorites. So, it was a good night.
All right. Damn, son.
Yeah.
I was Saturday night was certainly. I didn't smoke cigars, but we were drinking. It seemed I had some friends over. We did a little friendsgiving, so we smoked a pork tenderloin. Everyone brought over side dishes and stuff like that. But we were watching the Auburn football game. Started off with some tequila shots, and it seemed there was a correlation between doing a shot and Auburn scoring. So
Yeah.
did
Well, about
multiple
time they won a
shots, and
game.
then what's that?
About time they win a game, though.
Yeah, no kidding. And then we did
If
a
I was
final
a stu-
shot to secure the win. So
If
we
I
were. I
was
was a little.
in there, I'd just be pissed.
Oh yeah, I was fortunate to win the national championship when we were in there, so I
Yeah.
was a little spoiled. But yeah, so Sunday was a little rough for me as well. Finished a bottle of tequila, hit some bourbon up. It was a good weekend.
We, for some reason, were in we were in the Kentucky Mule arena, slamming Jack Apple with ginger beer and lime.
Okay, that sounds actually really good.
They are amazing, and they'll creep up with you. The problem I had, I was drinking out of like a big coffee tumbler because that's the only thing I had in my truck, not a normal like mug or something.
Yeah.
So, and my drinks are usually 50-50, so I was making 50% Jack, 50% ginger beer in a 24 or 30 ounce thing, and that's what did me over. But
Yeah,
I woke
that'll
up
do
at
it for
2
sure.
a.m. 2 a.m. with cold sweats and had to make a game time decision of do I hold it in or lay here in misery, and I laid there in misery and kept
Wow,
everything in.
that's not what I was gonna expect. Yeah,
I know. So
yeah.
I'm pretty
I went to
pretty
bed
proud
about
of
3
myself for
o'clock that morning. So. Oh
Yeah,
man, well let's jump into it. Let's see here.
This is really good.
Sorry about that.
I've not smoked this cigar.
You smoked a test blend that we finalized,
Oh.
but you had not smoked. That it's been probably 4 months since you've smoked this cigar, this blend.
The aroma itself is amazing.
Yeah, wonderful ash, great smoke output.
Beautiful band.
So this will be dropping. This is going to be in November boxes. We'll have 5-packs available on our site at the end of the month. And of course, we have a huge Black Friday sale that'll be coming up. You guessed it, folks, on Black Friday. So be sure to check out CigarClub.com on Black Friday to snag some great deals on cigars, accessory, and we're going to have some merch dropping soon as well. But let's get into it. Let's start off number 3 of my favorite exclusive this year. Once again, this will be either customs or exclusives like this Matilda here. I'm going to have to start us off with Balancing Act 2. This was the Nicaraguan Puro that we worked with Fratello on. And this one just, I don't know, it was sweet, it was savory, it had a little bit of spice to it. Per its name, it was really, really well balanced, and I just enjoyed that cigar as both a morning smoke or an after dinner smoke. It kind of held its own at any point during the day.
I liked all the balancing acts personally. None of them are on my list, but I don't honestly think I could. I don't think I could rate them. They're all very unique in their own ways.
Yeah, and that was certainly to the point. The first one was a U.S. Puro, second was Nicaraguan Puro, and then the last one was a Honduran Puro, and it really just did a really good job of showcasing what each growing region can bring to the table and how different a growing region can make a cigar, even though the blends were entirely different. Just what that terroir does to the tobacco was really, really fun to see, and just how drastically different all three turned out to be.
That was a fun project.
Yeah, really, really enjoyed that one.
I will have to say my number 3 for a multiple set of reasons would. Oh shit! I don't. This wasn't this year. Now that I'm thinking about it. Well, it's still in stock, so it's going to be my number 3. Guardian of the Farm Ranger. This cigar is like,
Yeah,
if you want to taste what what a Nicaraguan cigar tastes like, or what it should taste like, this is a cigar because it is. People. It is middle day, night, morning.
yeah,
A great cigar with a cup of coffee, or a great cigar with maybe 90 to 100 100 proof bourbon.
sure.
Phenomenal size, 5.5, 48, one of my favorite sizes. Box pressed, and there's a really cool story behind it as well. So you can't beat it.
No, in your defense, though, that cigar was, I believe, November last year. So, it's within a year. Well, I'll allow it.
I'm going
Yeah,
with
I'll
it.
give it to it.
I'm going with it. It's a phenomenal cigar you can hand anyone.
And we have.
And
I know you have as well. You've definitely
straight
out.
medium. Again, they should always be in your humidor. We only have a couple boxes left, actually. Hopefully, we'll have some for the rest of the year. But Guardian of the Farm Ranger is if you like Aganorsa, this cigar it screams Aganorsa.
Yeah, that's a great release and really great story behind it as well. So, yeah, we'll allow that one in there. You can get away with that.
We're keeping it in there, folks.
So, coming in at number 2 for me is going to be Pinky's Out Lancero that just released last month. God, it's so good. I can't get enough of this cigar. To be able to have it in the Lancero Vitola that we all absolutely love and adore, and it being just so drastically different from the Pinky that we released last year.
Yes, very different.
Really, just
all three.
A complete. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, all three blends have been different, but to go from a short, I don't want to call it stubby, but a short Pinky size, a 4.5, something like that, to a true 7-inch Lancero.
Yeah.
The blend obviously slightly tweaked to account for the different ratios of wrapper, binder, filler, and for using the same tobacco comes out completely different. Like I think the spice is drawn back a little bit that you saw in the Pinky. It's not as punchy, but it's more creamy, a little bit more mellow. I think smokes more of a flat medium as opposed to the Pinky, which I thought ramped up a little bit into slightly above medium, but that cigar is just really, really good. And I think I'm going to age. I've got a bundle here. Not a bundle. I've got a pack. I think I'm going to age half of those and really see what an age, because I don't think I have any aged Lanceros. And so I really kind of want to see
in general
how a Lancero will age for 2 or 3 years. I think that cigar could do really well with time.
I feel like this year, I think I've smoked more Lanceros this year, and really kind of like within the past 6 months than I have potentially in my cigar journey. I don't know why, but
if for no reason alone, I agree with that statement, just due to the Villiger Miami Lancero that we shipped.
Yeah, but I mean that, and then Mr. Sam, and then the Four Kicks Especial, or is it the Four Kicks?
The Kappa?
Yeah. It just seems like, but I guess it probably did start with the Miami in PCA.
Hmm.
I don't know.
I mean, I think I've smoked probably 6 or 7 of that cigar, and I could smoke that. That could be a daily smoke for me. I mean, the Robusto size is great too, but there's just something about that true Lancero
Yeah,
Vitola.
I thought I was gonna like the Lancero more than the Robusto. I think I like the Robusto a little bit more.
Did you go? Okay.
But it's a great blend.
Yeah. Phenomenal.
Also, what's the temperature where you are?
It's
I don't need the exact, but like
57.
oh shit, warmer than here. It's
I
freezing.
had to. Last night was the first night that I had to turn the heat on. It was 34 out, and I think it got like 57 in the house, and I was like, all right, I need to turn the heat on.
Yeah, we turned it on too. It's too cold.
Was very reluctant.
We've been running the hell out of the fireplace too. And I'm thinking back, I'm like, I used to say smoking cigars in the winter was the best time. I don't know if I really agree with that statement right now.
I think Pensacola had you
Yeah,
spoiled
you're
for
probably
some of the
right.
winter weather.
That's
Because you were probably what? Mostly upper 60s, 70s for probably the majority of the year?
No, we got down into the 50s for sure. I mean,
Really?
lows, sometimes we got into upper 20s. I mean, there's a cold front everywhere right now, and I think my parents are down there, and it got super, super cold last night.
Yeah.
But for the most part, winter was like 50s, 40s. It's not like Miami where, it's 60, 70, 80.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think you're right. It's definitely a lot colder here than Pensacola.
I mean,
But
you're
also
gonna
don't have
to-
any heat near me either. There's no heater out here. There's
I was
no
going to say, you're
fire.
going to need a heater, get a solo stove with the heat deflector so it
I
radiates
just ran out of
outwards.
propane. I got to go get more so I can work in the garage this week.
Look at that.
But that's exactly why. Coming in number 2. Any guesses?
I'm going to say Comrade.
Oh, interesting. No, you're wrong.
Do I get one more?
No.
Damn.
My number 2 is the collaboration with Chris Sussman, otherwise known as the Barbecue Buddha himself.
Yeah, I was torn between those two.
This cigar, to me, that cigar right now, no offense to this, is a great cigar. It's just not really on the full-bodied side. That cigar, high proof bourbon, cold night, with or without the grill going, really, really good.
Yeah.
It's the same size, 6x50, same as this. More to the medium plus on the full side, San Andreas wrapper, which is one of my favorites.
Yep.
It's just a great full-bodied cigar.
I'm going to get roasted by you here, so I'm going to tee it up, but I completely agree with that. For all my stout beer drinkers, it's stout season right now. That cigar would go incredible with your favorite stout. So if you've got any, we've got some on the site if you don't, but if you do have some still, pour yourself a nice cold stout and enjoy that cigar.
Yeah, that was a fun project we had talked about with Chris for a long time, and then we all got caught up in stuff, and we brought it back to the table and made it happen, and hoping we can do a couple more projects like that, maybe a different size, tweak the blend next year. Yep. But if you're a fan of just full-bodied, full-flavor Maduros, like he is, the darker the cigar, the better for Chris. And I kind of agree. I'm kind of that way too. To an extent, but that cigar, it's just like, obviously he was a part of the blending process, and it just represents him and what he enjoys to a T.
Yeah,
really,
I think we put together
cigar.
Some amazing blends. We sent him multiple test blends, and I'm surprised he was able to make a decision because all 3 cigars that we sent him were full-bodied powerhouses that were literally, daily smokers or could be daily smokers for him. So I know that was not an easy choice for him to make.
Really good cigar. $45, 5-pack. It's a no-brainer.
There you have it, folks. Well, before we get into number ones, we do have some more exclusive cigars coming the rest of this year. We do have 1 month left. So those cigars aren't particularly going to be included in this one since we haven't had them. But we have 2 or 3 more lined up for this year. I won't go into too many details, but I will name drop one that would have certainly made this list for both of us if it had been released.
I already know where you're
and
going
that's
with
going
this
to be What's that?
I already know where you're going with this one.
You do. And that's going to be a cigar that is going to be called Reserva 710. We will have more information about this cigar coming soon, but it's going to be featured in our December Black subscription. And then afterwards, we're going to have those available on our site for retail purchase in 3-packs. But this cigar has a minimum of 18 years of age on it. It is unlike any cigar that Griff and I have smoked. Really, any of us over here at Cigar Club have smoked. We had the opportunity to work with La Polina for this cigar at PCA, and immediately knew that we had to bring it to y'all. So stay tuned for more information of that. Just a little spoiler, little teaser on that one.
Yeah.
Stupid good.
I'll personally Venmo you $50 if you don't think the hype is there. You will immediately, first puff, immediately know that this thing has been aging for a hell of a long time.
Yeah.
And again, if you want to fight me on it, let's talk, because no bullshit, this thing is old.
It puts to shame any Opus, Davidoff, Padron, any of the top of the line, cigars that you've smoked before. It's truly a unique experience, and it was really an honor that we were approached by La Polina to do this project with them. Super cool.
I think I'm most excited about handing that cigar to someone that I know that smokes cigars, going into it completely blind, not saying much of anything.
Yeah.
And just getting first impressions from them.
Completely. I cannot wait to give that cigar to my dad and sit down and smoke it with him. Probably, maybe around Christmas. And I
honestly, it would be interesting if you gave it to someone that has never smoked cigars before, just to get a raw, man, not for me, or is every cigar this good? Because it could be really interesting. But if you know someone that smokes cigars, I would encourage you. The price is a little bit steep, but it's warranted. Give it to someone, get their thoughts. It's you're bound for a hell of a night, because it is so unique. Probably the most unique cigar that I've smoked this year, by far.
I mean, I think it's the most unique cigar that I've ever smoked, and I would be hard-pressed to think of a cigar that could potentially knock it out of contention as the most unique cigar, certainly the most aged cigar. There's something really, there's something really cool about getting a cigar that already has the time into it, as opposed to this cigar would age really, really well. Like I was referring to Pinky's Out Lancero needing a few years. That aging process is done. These things have been stored at perfect humidity for 18 years, 72 and 72 for 18 years.
That's the hard part to really think about.
It's crazy.
That's a hell of a long time.
Yeah. And that's not even it's not just, hey, put these away in a dusty corner and forget about them. No, you're constantly making sure that those cigars are at, the correct temperature, the correct humidity, shuffling through them to make sure that there's no issues in the aging process. There's a lot of time in TLC that goes into that you just don't think about. It's not just throw it in the humidor and forget about it.
I cannot
Coming
wait for
in
that.
about a third of the way through now. Well, no, maybe about a fourth here. Ash is holding on tight. Beautiful white ash. I'm not thinking too much about it, so I'm not going to be able to particularly pull out some tasting notes here, but really, really clean. I mean, there is almost no linger on the palate in between puffs, which is certainly for me incredible.
There's something about Matilda construction. I was smoking Renaisseur when I was in Kentucky a couple weeks ago. I told you this story. And lit up Renaisseur, probably smoked it for 5 or 10 minutes, and then got called away to go to the liquor store across the street from our Airbnb. We were probably gone 15, 20 minutes. Probably 20 minutes. Came back for the hell of it. I picked it up and gave it a puff. Exactly where I left off.
That's incredible.
That is insane.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever had a cigar sit for more than 5 minutes that I've been able to pick back up.
Left it on the table, came back, grabbed it, thinking, I'll get ready to relight this thing. Immediate puff. I'm like, oh, this is incredible.
That's wild.
That is
great
awesome.
Cigar, too. I love that blend.
So good. Really, really good. But, yeah, something about Matilda, something about his bands, they're beautiful cigars.
Yeah, and then he did hold it up here. It's got a unique sticker on it with Matilda and CigarClub. It turned out absolutely phenomenal. He took charge of that sticker and really blew that. He's like, hey, Pugh, trust me, I got something in the works. Let me get it done. Let me show it to you. Full faith in Enrique, and he delivered on that one. But I'm going to keep the people waiting. We've got Thanksgiving coming up around the corner, Griff. We've talked about it previously before. We all enjoy a unique or specific cigar on Thanksgiving. At least I do. I think you do as well. Do you got any big plans? Any cigars lined up? Are you smoking a turkey this year?
Yeah, we also, this idiot just came in our cul-de-sac in like the loudest diesel truck I've ever heard in my life. Can you hear that?
No.
Okay, well, he's trying to back up, and he's absolutely
struggling
at it.
All right.
Yeah.
Get out there and show him.
I'm about to. We are... God, sorry, it's so distracting. We're going down to Pensacola. We will deep fry a turkey like we did last year. Something we never do. Every year... Well, when we lived there, we would put on the green egg and smoke it. Prior to that, my mom would bake it, and I never really liked it.
It doesn't hit as well.
But last year, we threw that thing in a pot of oil, and it was really good.
Dude, deep fried. If you haven't had the joy of deep fried turkey, it's on a whole nother level.
It is.
I've never done one myself, but I've had relatives who've done it. There's a lot of you have to be cautious, making sure it's fully thawed, temped up. You don't want to add any water to your oil. You see all the horror stories or firefighter PSAs about deep frying your turkey, but it's totally worth the TLC, the time and effort.
Yeah.
And
so yeah, we're deep frying it again, and you best believe that I'll be smoking the 2022 Black Friday.
Yep.
I'm so excited for that cigar. I have not had it yet. I've got a couple inside, and I was gonna light one up this weekend, but decided not to. I can't say that I'm gonna wait till Pensacola to have the first one, but
no, you're not.
That I think will be the cigar that. Now that I think of it, I might wait till afterwards because it is a bit on the more full-bodied side.
Yeah, that would be a good after dessert. You got a full belly. Cooking's done. Dishes are cleaned.
Yeah, that cigar, though, I think is what I'm most excited to smoke over Thanksgiving. I'm really excited. I love all of their releases, and it's gonna be a good cigar.
I've got, I've got a backlog of cigars that I need to catch up on, so I think I'll probably smoke a couple of those week. I'll probably smoke Black Friday this week, but I always try to have at least one Opus X. I've got two this year. I'll smoke one with my dad on Thanksgiving. Little does he know. So he'll probably spoil himself if he watches this episode prior to Thanksgiving, but spending time with family, both sides of the family, now that my parents are close, we'll have them over and do all the fixins. Probably smoke a turkey. I'm definitely not deep frying it, so we'll probably end up smoking it because why not? Yeah. And while turkey's smoking, sit down and light up an Opus X and kind of enjoy. Hopefully the weather's nice. Last year was like 75 degrees. It was just miserably hot on Thanksgiving, so hopefully
that's horrible.
It really takes you out of it. It really takes you out of the season, at least down here in the South. I know probably up north people are the opposite, where it's too cold and pulls you out from it enjoying it. So there's probably that sweet spot somewhere. True. But really looking forward to it. Thanksgiving's probably one of my favorite times of the year. The food is always delicious. Macaroni and cheese, stuffing, mashed potatoes, ham, turkey. I mean, it's the best time of the holiday seasons for me.
Yeah, I just always hate after. I just feel completely miserable. Want to lay down, don't want to do anything, don't want to drink anymore. But I was just thinking, we're having a big bonfire on the beach after Thanksgiving.
Oh, that's cool.
That is where I'll have Black Friday.
That's going to be really, really cool.
Because I know everyone was so anxious for me to tell you that.
Yeah, for sure. People need to know.
That's what I'll do. At the bonfire on the beach, Black Friday.
Are you, final question, Thanksgiving Day or next morning leftovers? Are you a big Thanksgiving leftover guy, or is it kind of just that day for you?
No. I'll eat that the rest of the week.
A little sweet Hawaiian roll, some turkey, a little bit of mustard maybe.
Not a big roll guy. It's just
Oh,
unnecessary filling.
no.
Um, I'd rather
Love
eat,
turkey on a roll.
I'd rather eat stuff that I don't eat on a yearly basis than compared to bread.
That's fair. I
You
can
know,
respect that. That
but
makes sense.
yeah, I could eat leftovers cold. Make a
Hmm.
plate,
Oh,
everything
yeah.
cold on there,
Oh, yeah.
and
Drives
so
Bailey up the wall when I eat cold leftovers.
yeah, it triggers a lot of people, but
It does.
it's completely fine. Just get over it. You don't need to warm it up. Cold pizza, cold steak,
Yep. I'm all
anything,
about it. I'm all about it. Well,
anything.
I'm going to jump into my last one, Griff. I'll give you some time to think about it.
I already have
But
it.
no surprise on this one. For me, my favorite release that we've done this year is going to be Origin. That cigar just, the story alone, the kind of the reasoning behind it, uh, takes that cigar to another level for me. It turned out phenomenal. I could not tweak that blend to be any more specific of what I was looking to achieve with it. And it just will always hold a special place for me in my cigar rotation and just hit my palate perfectly.
Yeah, great blend. Really, really great blend. Good cigar for this year. Tell you that much. Um, could you think of my number one? Probably.
Uh, did we release it yet?
Yes.
Okay.
You should know it.
Yeah, the Bachardo Classico.
No. Wow. Horrible. That cigar's not horrible. That was a horrible guess.
That's a
Well,
great guess.
not giving you a second chance. You, there was a time where we were spot on with like
You've been distant. You've been distant lately,
guessing
Griff.
bottles and guessing cigars, and it's just gone down the tubes.
You've really pulled away in this relationship, and I think we need to go to podcast host
Therapy.
counseling together. Yeah,
Yeah, whatever.
therapy. There you go.
Schedule it. I'll show up. The number one, no, it's the Bocock Signature Series. That's the top.
I'm out. No, that
What?
doesn't count. That was not exclusive. That we were the first to release it, but that wasn't exclusive for us.
I'm saying it is.
Oh, I wasn't even gonna go.
No, I'm making it.
I'm out. I'm out.
That
There, though. I'll take
cigar
it though. I mean, that's a
on the full-bodied spectrum. I'd say that's a little bit even more so, a little bit more full than the Barbecue Buddha cigar.
agreed.
But 5.5 52 collaboration with AJ Fernandez, Bocock Brothers. It is. I remember. I strictly remember smoking that cigar on a podcast and saying like I'm ready for this to be done so I can go inside and grab another one because
Yeah, and
yes,
you
it's
did
on the
too.
full-bodied cigar.
Memory serves.
It's on the full-bodied side, but you could smoke them back to back, and the flavor is just unreal, absolutely unreal.
Yeah.
Highly, highly, highly. That would also be another phenomenal cigar post Thanksgiving dinner
Sure.
or lunch after your stomach is full. I can't say enough good things. And out of those three, I would probably grab that first. I would probably grab. I would probably grab the Buddha cigar second, and maybe Ranger third. The 2 and 3 are at the toss up, but
Yeah.
the signature series still on the website.
Yeah, we do still have some.
Gosh, it is
Incredible. And that cigar, I'd be shocked if it doesn't end up on some of our top X lists. And would really, I mean, hell, that cigar deserves to be on other people's top lists. Cigar Dojo, Cigar Aficionado.
Yeah.
I don't know if they work with it, but you'll see that cigar pop up at the end of the year on a lot of official lists because just incredible blend. And
Yeah.
I know they were really excited to be able to work with AJ on that, and it turned out.
If you're
incredible.
a fan of AJ Cigars, I think you'll be able to tell that they worked with him because it definitely has some AJ flares that I really,
Sure.
really like. And their flagship lines, the Bocock Brothers themselves, they're great cigars. So
Great guys to work with too.
I would consider that exclusive. We were the first
I'll take
to house it, if you will. And you know what? I'm deeming it very exclusive.
Griff stamped. Boom.
Yeah.
Get a little Griff stamp that approval
Stamp
on the screen.
It's a great list.
I mean, really, you can't go wrong with any of them. And it was certainly hard to narrow down. We've got another customs coming up in December, which Griff, I think, would be, if it had come out, I would be surprised if that didn't fight for one of those 3 spots, if not
Yeah, it will.
4, because that was really your, I don't want to say bread and butter, but that was kind of your child for customs this year. And that's going to be a really exciting one, and perfect timing for that to come out in December, a little full-body powerhouse.
Yeah, good way to wrap up the year.
Mm-hmm. Coming in halfway mark now. Just a little quick update before I did ash, so I didn't drop on myself, but that ash would have held on if I didn't purposely drop it. So kudos to Enrique and Ostos for how great this blend is. But a little shorter of an episode here. We've got the question of the day, though. Griff, this comes from Charlie Charm 1. What are the best naturally sweet cigars not infused?
You know, this, funny enough, this has some sweetness to it.
Yeah. Yeah, you really get that sweetness on the cold draw. It's like a ripe, cherry's not the right fruit, but like a bright red fruit with a creamy undertone sweetness.
And I'm not just saying that. I lit it up earlier, and I'm like, the first puff, I was like, oh wow, this is coats your mouth really, really nice. Naturally sweet that's not infused. I'm having horrible deja vu to smoking the Cuba.
Yeah.
Ugh. Still haunts me to this
still
day.
coating your mouth.
Let me think about that.
I've got one to cover for you if you can't think.
Yeah, let's hear it.
For me, I think the Sombresa Brulee Blue, by far the creamiest, sweetest. I think Saka did a blind sampler where people said that cigar was a sweetened tip, and he released 3 blends. One had a sweetened tip, and your goal was to guess which one was the Brulee Blue, and you were drastically able to see what a sweetened tip was, and realize quickly that cigar is actually not sweetened in any form. Incredible. I don't know how he did it and how a tobacco could be that sweet, but damn, it's good.
What was that cigar we smoked in? Maybe it was Mobile. Was it infused though? Now I'm thinking about it. You called it, I thought.
The Gurkha?
Maybe.
That was aged in cognac?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Not a great cigar, in my opinion. But
not at all.
I was also thinking when you're saying cream, I think my biggest cream bomb, and I guess you could say that there's some sweetness there to it as well, was the Bits of Havana Robusto.
Yes. Spot on.
I mean, I know that question wasn't geared towards what's like a cream bomb or a creamy cigar, but
yeah,
it kind of touches both ends. That cigar is just, it's just amazing.
Yeah, we were blown away by how good that cigar was. Yeah, its sweetness is interesting when it comes to tobacco, because usually, maybe I'm wrong in saying this, but I feel like sweetness is a tough, natural flavor to get with cigars. And so then you start to roll into like milk chocolate flavors. And is that reminiscence of a sweet cigar with the, instead of it being a bitter chocolate, or, a fruity sweetness being, dark berries, things like that. So I don't necessarily get sweet as much as I get, a creamy sweetness, or flavors that are reminiscence of something that is sweet, but not so much of the sweetness itself. But the creme or the Brulee Blue is by far a sweet cigar, but not actually infused by any means.
Definitely a different type of sweet. Yes.
Yeah.
With you. Yeah. Good question.
Great question. Let's do a little giveaway here. We're going to be giving away a 5-pack of the latest Matilda release, So in the comments below, let us know what your favorite exclusive release has been this year by us. We're going to limit to that. But this could be customs, or it could be, release like the Pichardo, Balancing Act, any of those that we've listed here today or haven't listed. And we'll select a random winner from the comments below and get you out a 5-pack. So, but you know the drill. Like, subscribe, ring that bell so you know when new videos drop. We're dropping new videos. A lot of great content coming up here. We're going to be shooting some great things down in Mexico City, so stay tuned for some vlogs and looking to hopefully shoot a podcast down there as well. So that's going to be a really great time and a fun trip.
Yep.
Well, until next time, everyone, happy smoking.
Smoke something good, damn it. Cheers.